Bem-vindos de volta, Tariel. Hoje vamos continuar a upar nossa Necromante do novo capítulo do Elder Scrolls Online, Elsweyr, a temporada dos dragões.
Everyone, unsheathe your claws.
There is the door to the crypts. Let us see if the master key still works.
I'm going to guard the rear.
This one hasn't visited these crypts in a long time.
Cheio dos mortos-vivos, pra variar. Tem uns bichinhos aí, se você quiser. Mas eu vou logo pra... interessa.
Wait. This is the royal crypt, but it has been disturbed. They took his body. They desecrated the king's grave. From the looks of it, the Queen's and Kamira's siblings as well. Zamorak has no clue. This royal crypt was prepared when King Hemakar ascended to the throne and married Queen Numara. Why inter the bodies and then dig them up 6 years later? Dark moons. This one... We need to find a way into the palace, and quickly.
Euraxia not only murdered our king and queen, she desecrated their graves! She's a monster!
Vai dar merda isso. E é justamente os pais da Kamira.
The Great Hall.
Lavadeira.
Far enough. Euraxia doesn't want to be disturbed.
The Chapel of the Guiding Moons is just ahead. It's the Necromante, Zumag Foom. They locked us in.
Queen Euraxia will be delighted to hear that we have guests.
Oh, look! More cats!
I do adore flaying and then roasting the nasty creatures. If you'll excuse us, we have another member of your party to deal with. I'm of two minds. I want to watch your cadavers tear these cheeky mudcrabs apart, but I also want to deal with my inferior duplicate. What to do? What to do?
Leave the door to Samara. This one will make an exit.
More undead!
Samara will guard the flanks.
Go left while this one goes right. We will meet in the royal chambers.
Help! They're going to destroy me! Destroy you? Oh, we're simply collecting. You can transfer your duplicates out of the city. But our time with Queen Euraxia has reached its end. Come along. Please, not like this. Try smashing these glass balls. Well, that wasn't pleasant. You go on. I'll be along in a snap. Can you believe the audacity trying to absorb my essence? Really? I'm not quite sure of the particulars. You'd be surprised how little of the necromantic arts I managed to pick up, even after all that time in Cold Harbor. Anyway, I think that vile head wanted, well, me. From what I've heard, she really is a terrible ruler. And did you know she's Abnur's sister? Family, am I right? The necromancer told the head that it was time to make a deal with a more powerful master. I'm feeling a bit...
O Necromante vai deixar a Euraxia um mestre mais poderoso. Ele tá do lado dos dragões.
There. Make haste. Euraxia is in the palace courtyard with Mulamnir. Be cautious. We need to know what Euraxia and the dragon are planning before we attack.
Isso aqui para quarto real, pobre.
The Moon Gate Sea lies to the southwest. Zumog Thum has the key. Now, about my request.
The necromancers have already agreed to serve Calgrontid. You no longer interest us, Euraxia Tharn.
How dare you! We had a deal! What's this now? My incompetent half-brother and... Aha! The lost princess returns.
Nalador!
Here. Your parents have missed you so, princess.
Mother! No!
I'll let you out her. That will be a favor and just die!
I'll take down that sheep. You deal with the undead. Shield is down.
I'll destroy you all!
once this all began. I knew Euraxia would need to be dealt with. But sending Chimera's murdered parents against us... Death was too easy an end for my half-sister. I'm concerned that the dragons can... Half-sister. And do I really seem like the sentimental type to you? Euraxia may be gone, but Mulamnir mentioned his leader, Calgruntide. He said the necromancers were helping them, and Euraxia said something about a moon gate to the southwest. Perhaps. The next queen of Anequina said there's no time to mourn the dead, but I worry what happened here could affect her judgment. Let's get to the throne room and try to figure out...
Beleza, vamos lá. Pena que aquela capitã morreu. Morreu facinho. Era um personagem.
We will deal with the fallen later. I fear more pressing matters must concern us now.
Acabou já meu buff.
May the dark take Euraxia! She said, do not presume to tell me how I should feel. I am the queen now, and I do not have the luxury or the time to grieve. Fiveclaw, those were not my parents. After we finish saving Elsweyr from the dragons, the war is far from over. Even a queen needs to consult with such learned personages as Gareshri and Abnur Tharn every now and then. Take this in recognition of your efforts on our behalf, Fiveclaw. Then talk to Gareshri. I need to think. This throne. For too long, a tyrant sat upon it. But now...
The men must recognize you as the heir of Anequina. But the people already cheer your name. A word.
Finally, this palace is a labyrinth. Did I miss anything?
Nem uma casa. Muito bem.
Chimera's parents would be proud of how she has stepped forward in these dark times. Moons, I am proud of her. While Chimera gathers her thoughts, you bring news both welcome and grim. But we can neither celebrate a victory nor mourn the good captain until later, I fear. We need to determine why the dragons are willing to associate with wielders of dark magic. Could they be interested in the moon gate of Anequina? It lies in that direction. I wonder if this pertains to Euraxia's final order. A soldier mentioned it. Even now, Abnur Tharn searches through the documents in the royal study, seeking information concerning this final order. Despite his show of indifference, Euraxia was his half-sister. Her death is bound. Worried? No. That would imply I had any feelings toward the man whatsoever. I'd say I'm more concerned that his nonchalant attitude toward his sister's death might be hiding his true emotions. I trust that he's here to help, but...
Zumog Foom has been collecting my original body parts. He tried to steal my essence and stick it back in my old noggin. I think he's trying to put me back together. Well, not me, the other me, the betrayer.
Vamos lá. Continua, a gente matou a mulher. Os dragões estão por aí ainda. E os dragões estão associados com os necromantes.
When you look at the world as lines on a map, it all seems so small and insignificant. I was trying to determine the meaning of this document, but so far the secret eludes me. I found a letter, but it's not complete. Looks like a scribe's dictation. I've been searching for more, but I haven't made much progress through the royal stacks. With your help, perhaps the search will go more. It alludes to an order Euraxia was preparing to deliver shortly before our assault on the palace. It mentions a Captain S, the Cygnus Irregulars, and a favor for the dragons, but gives no indication as to who they are or what the favor. We did what had to be done. Think no more about it. If you hadn't ended Euraxia, I certainly would have. Now, look around and see. This study contains documents from when the Khajiit ruled Rimmon, as well as papers that cover the span of Euraxia's rule. So many, many papers. She was a prolific writer, I'll give her that. At least she didn't destroy her files before she died. Anything pertaining to this so-called file.
Então, tem que descobrir o que ela estava tramando.
Captain Sorlinia. That must be Captain S. And the Cygnus Irregulars are Imperial troops under the command of Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor.
Tem Dragon Guards.
Control dragons? What folly. But what was that about killing the last dragon guard? Old Khajiiti legends and rumors of a last dragon guard. Intriguing. I think you found everything I need to fill in the blanks. Let's talk. The documents you uncovered allow me to make sense of this unfinished dictation. I believe I now know the contents of Euraxia ordered Captain Sorlinia to assassinate a dragon guard in an effort to appease the dragons. Sorlinia plans to commandeer as many additional soldiers as necessary from Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor and retrieve a report. Neither do I, at least not fully. The Dragon Guard were the sworn protectors of the Imperial Emperor. At least they were until they fell out of favor. Euraxia has ordered her assassins to murder what she claims to be the last Dragon Guard. Don't ask me. The Dragon Guard I knew failed to protect the potentates and were disbanded in disgrace. They claimed to have descended from legendary Akaviri dragon hunters. But that's all it was. A legend. We need to get to Sandswirl Manor. We can't take any chances. Euraxia's final order directs her assassin. Kalo is meant...
Vamos para essa segunda parte da série de quests. A gente vai ter que salvar o último Dragon Guard. Esse jogo aí você lembra deles.
They're just afraid, Chimera.
Os carinha que usa katana.
The dragons still
Eles também aparecem
But we need to replenish our forces.
em Skyrim.
Here there are more battles ahead.
Os Blades meio que não tanto, porque os Blades são mais espiões, né? Os Dragon Guards são tipo a guarda de honra do Imperador. Protetores do Dragon Ball. E por hoje é só. Voltamos no próximo episódio. Bênçãos de Mara pra vocês. Fui!